welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. Welcome back to Sawmill. Yeah, it has been a while. It has been a while indeed. But we're back on it. You know what I'm saying? And even though my VSS is my favorite weapon, I'm trying different stuff out past this video. So, if you don't know what I mean, well, I guess you gotta subscribe and wait and see. But regardless, do you hear the rain in the background? Rainy Sawmill, Misty Sawmill is easily the biggest fucking camp fest on this game. A close second will be the new-ish map. And I'm not going to say the name of it because I pronounce it wrong, but it starts with a K and ends with an N. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. When that shit is at night, nobody fucking moves. But in this game, it's Sawmill. And somebody starts off the game immediately by hitting the detector. Well, good for them, because now they know where all the spawns are at on this map. I mean, food for thought, right? Good for them. And now they have advanced warning of how far somebody is from their position. And now they themselves know that near that detector is a spawn point. And we're not even, a minute into the match, and people are already shooting each other. And I can guarantee tell you where that shit's happening at. The Bard House. Not specifically the Bard House in this map, this encounter, but that blue house in front of the antenna. You see where the Bard House is right there? Behind that blue house, you have two people that spawn. One to the left and one to the right. And guess where they're at? Both behind the house. So if that blue house is the time safe, unless you want to fight, don't go for it. Because somebody else spawns on the other side of that blue house. You can learn things from me. And I'm learning these things from experience. So immediately, we have another fight going on here. And I see the guy. Right? And I aim, and I take mental note of him, wait for him to stand still. And I'm really here trying to figure out what position do I want to take. But then I realize, he sees me. Oh, just wait for it. He sees me. And I think it's because I aimed at him. I think that's why. So I move to get a better position. Aim one more time. I don't see him. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Go down. Come back up. Yep. He saw me. Wanna know how I know he saw me? I'm about to show you. Come back. And then I'll come up here. I know this guy sees me because he's not where I last seen him. Instead, where he is is down here. He didn't fire at me. He knew he was spotted. What was the point in firing if he knew he was spotted? Instead, he ran down here to try to take me by surprise as I was coming down the sawmill. Here's the thing though. As I was crossing that pipe, I heard him. And that's why I slowed down. Now I'm like, where's this guy at? Peered over the roof and I saw him. And I'm like, okay, bet, there he is. If you can determine your enemy's actions and the feature of them, you might save yourself a life or two. Now, how do I feel about this right here? You have to wait and see. I'm going to give you my full opinion in a new video. What am I talking about exactly? They removed the animation, the digging animation, from getting the cash. Wait for a future video, and I'll tell you how I feel about that. A troll goes off, no one actually cares. And now we're walking behind this fence. Walking behind this fence because I feel like somebody is nearby. You see, when you play the game enough, and you get shot enough, and you get headshot enough, and you've been fired at enough, you'll start to get a feeling of when you're being watched. It's not always right, but it's good to be too cautious rather than not cautious enough. And you walk into somebody who's prone with a bugle. So I decided to climb up this fence, come up here. Am I going to use the comm station? Wait a minute. I check to see if I find a picture, and I don't. Instead, I find two pistols. Put radiation on the airdrop. And the reason why I do that because I have a powerful weapon on me. A powerful weapon such as an M82, an SG-1, a VSS, anything that can kill in about 3 hits. Radiation cuts off your maximum health threshold. You feel me? So if I hit you twice with an SVU and you're already down by about, what, maybe 5%, 10% of your health, that may not sound like a lot. But when a VSS or SVU is taking off like 40% of your health in like 1 hit, that shit matters. It matters a lot. So if you're wondering why I'm running over here, it's because somebody used that at the tower. And I just seen that shit. I believe I did. So now, I'm coming over here, again, thinking about the future, getting the fuel. And not long before somebody lets off with their M2 carbine. I'm getting the fuel because that exit that's locked requires 5 fuel. And I left the tower area, and I checked the map to see where the tower actually was. And now I got 2 clues as to where somebody's at. Well, actually, no. 1 straight up clue. M2 carbine, H-bar-T. Now, what I want to win? The carbine. Because I can deal with the carbine. Holy shit. When I heard that bullet ricochet off the metal of this rail, I knew where they were at. The mortar strike was, bad enough. That tells me where one person's at. That tells me where the M2 carbine is aiming at. Because think about it. The H-bar-T would not drop a mortar strike on itself. Unless he was right on top of him. But for a carbine bullet to ricochet off this rail that I was on, tells me that the dude, while they were fighting, pretty much at the front of the sawmill. So how can I best go about this? Well, stick to my game plan. Be unheard, be unseen until their fatal final moment. That's what I try to do here. And I feel like, based off how the M2 carbine was firing, that this guy's a bit aggressive. It wasn't no full auto. It was single shot. Keep it accurate. I'm going to try to kill you. Kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm crawling. And I'm crawling because if this guy walks on wood, I can hear him. And you see him checking the roof. Then he fires again. And you heard how the bullet went through wood? That plane is a lot of shit. He's on the other side of the sawmill. That's what I'm gathering. It pays to figure out what's happening. And now, he's on wood. You feel me? So he's inside a sawmill. And right here, I'm waiting. I am waiting patiently, and now I know where the airdrop is. I'm waiting for him to climb up on top of that roof so I can see his silhouette on top of that roof. But the more time goes on and I don't hear anything else, I start getting anxious. You see I put my VSS on full auto now. I rarely do that. The VSS is not meant to be used in full auto. It's a sniper rifle. Well, basically it's a shorter range SVU that hits a bit harder. If you want to know how I feel about the VSS, I made like, I don't know, about 13 damn videos on this thing. I love it. It's my favorite weapon. Check them out. Do I grab his chemicals? Okay, I do. Guys, calm down. I got the chemicals, okay? I got them. Notice how the airdrop is still on the ground. I'm pausing because I want you to look up at the map. Or look up at the compass. It's still there. This guy, I'm pretty sure, did not hit a comm station between the time that I hit that comm station and the airdrop fell. I'm pointing that out because he should not know what I did to the airdrop. Now, I'm going to say something here, and I know it's far-fetched, but it makes sense technically. In your games, you want to be the last person to hit the comm station. Because then you'll know if the airdrop is cursed or not. You'll know if it has radiation, a booby trap, all that bad stuff. Or you'll know if it's stealthed and if it's quick release. If it's boosted, if it's blessed, then yeah, chances are somebody is waiting for it. If it's not blessed and it's cursed, booby trap, radiation, overweight, somebody's watching it with the intent of killing the first person who goes near it. Food for thought, guys. If you're the last person who hits it, then you'll know what the fuck is happening. So I decided to come up here. And I wait. Because I'm pretty sure the guy's on the roof. It would just make sense for him to be. It would just make sense. Back to square one, kind of. Remember? I walked across the pole. Not the pole. This pipe. So right here, I'm looking while keeping myself hidden. And I think I see somebody. Watch what happens when I shoot this corpse. Somebody gets up. That was a dead body. That was a dead body that I shot. The guy with the carbine was right there next to it. On the roof, watching the airdrop. I hit somebody, but they had no life left in them. Now, that forced him out of his little hidey hole. Well, his hidey roof, I guess. Still, notice how the airdrop is still on the ground. Now, I don't know if he got the white indicator that somebody shot near him. I don't know if he did, but he probably heard the bullet ricochet. He probably did. But notice how I'm looking in that direction, and I'm like, this fucker is still not getting the airdrop. So I decide, maybe I should try to kill him. But then radiation hits. Look where I'm at. Yes, I know, I got the fuel. But what's stopping this guy from getting the airdrop and taking that exact same exit that requires the fuel? Then there's going to be crows. And then there's going to be an Until the End Part 9. Or the fuck part I'm on. I don't want to do all that. I want to keep my VSS on single for headshots only. The secondary is for show. Rarely do I ever use a secondary when I have a VSS. Rarely do I ever. But when I have a sniper rifle, then yeah, I might use a secondary. But again, notice how that airdrop is still on the ground. He's still watching it. He's still paranoid. And I only increase his paranoia by shooting the corpse that was next to him. And now he got it. Is he going to survive? We will never know. We will never know. There's something called the Lone Wolf Off meta. And if you don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to clip a stream, make it a highlight for a Wednesday video, where I'll show you what the Lone Wolf meta, Lone Wolf Off meta is. And you can hear me explain what that shit is in real time. But basically, in a nutshell, it's this. You wait until the last possible livable second before you do anything hasty. That was it right there. So I think what I'm going to do is entitle this video Solo Meta 1 and the stream video Solo Meta 2. And so, with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something from it. I'll be sure to catch you in the next episode. Until next time, peace.